IB English B, Higher Level, November 2022, Paper 1, Task 1. This is a Level 7 answer. RE, Subject Exploring Language and Identity, My Perspective. Dear language enthusiasts, I want to jump into the discussion sparked by a fellow member who shared their thoughts on feeling different when speaking English compared to their home language. I found this topic particularly fascinating and would like to share my thoughts regarding the relationship between language and identity. Firstly, let me summarize the members' ideas. They mentioned feeling like a different person when switching between languages. They described suddenly starting a dialogue in another language was like wearing a mask, and that their entire persona changes and the world also appears different. The member also mentioned that it is incredible how their humor alters according to the language they are communicating in. What can be funny in one language is not regarded as amusing in another. I can totally relate to this. When I switch from English to my home language, there's this shift in how I express myself and even how I perceive the world around me. It's cool because I can express myself in ways that I might not be able to in my home language. However, at the same time, speaking my home language brings me back to my roots and makes me appreciate my identity. It's where I can fully embrace my heritage and traditions. Interestingly, the member mentioned how their thought processes also seem to change depending on the language they're using. I really can connect with this point, and this is so true for me. When I speak English, I find myself thinking more analytically and logically, while in my home language, my thoughts flow free and intuitively. It's like each language has its own way of shaping my thinking patterns. Both are different, but equally important. What's even more intriguing is the relationship between language and identity. From my perspective, language is not just a means of communication, it plays a huge role in shaping who we are. It's through language we can express our cultures, values, and worldview. When we speak a certain language, we're also expressing our identity and heritage. For me, speaking my home language is a way of connecting with my family and community, reinforcing our shared identity and heritage. But at the same time, being fluent in English allows me to connect with people from different backgrounds and cultures, expanding my worldview and enriching my experiences. Language is an essential part of how we connect with different communities and is crucial for building a more inclusive and understanding society. When we respect and celebrate each other's languages and cultures, we create a space where everyone feels valued and accepted. That's why I think it's important to celebrate linguistic diversity and learn from each other's cultures. In conclusion, the feeling of being different when speaking different languages is something many of us can relate to. Instead of seeing it as a challenge, we should embrace it as a beautiful aspect of our identity. By embracing the diversity of languages and exploring the dynamic relationship between language and identity, we can deepen our understanding of ourselves and others, fostering greater empathy and appreciation for the diversity of human experience. Thanks for listening to my thoughts about this fascinating topic, and I'm excited to continue this conversation with all of you. Take care, Lee. Tips for candidates. Please plan your written response. Spend about 10 minutes planning your answer. This is the golden rule if you want to obtain a level 7. Remember, the three parts of the task do not have to be equal in length. However, each part must be discussed. If one part of the task has only one sentence or is left out, then the response cannot be a level 7. Finally, good luck with your exam.